Hi guys, before we get into the video, I wanted to show y'all something very particular. Boo. Did I scare you? Yeah, I bet I did. In these rant videos I will show my ROBLOX avatar, as I talk, my ROBLOX avatar with changes, and show subtitles because the text-to-speech can be unreadable at times, or make a typo. Yes, the avatar is made in Paint, don't rate my art skills. Now the actual intro. Today I will be yapping about ROBLOX ASYMS, the good and the bad, and how would I improve them, unlike Papo. Now, I didn't play these games for too long, besides Forsaken and Duty, but I did play them at least once, unlike a certain individual. The games mentioned are Forsaken, Die of Death, Pwned by 14, You vs. Homer, Eternity, Doomed by Fate, and other games that I don't want to spoil. But before we get into the video, what is an asym game? Asym game, or asymmetrical game, is a type of game where there are two teams, most commonly 4 people on one team, and in the other 1 person. The teams don't have the same abilities, objectives, mechanics, and so on. However, today I will be talking about asym games with 1 person that has better/stronger abilities, and their goal is to kill the team of survivors, and the survivor team's goal is to, believe me or not, survive. In some games the survivors have objectives to help them survive. In some games the survivors have objectives to help them survive, and in others they don't. This explanation was super bad, BTW, I know. So with that said, let's move on to the actual video. If you like this format, like, subscribe, and send the video to your friends, mom, dad, parents, grandparents, dog, enemies, and so on and so on. Shut up and get to the video, goddammit. But before we talk about ROBLOX ASYMS, I wanted to talk about a game that is the only game that I didn't play. The game in question is Dead by Daylight. I didn't play it because all of the DLCs cost like $250 or something around that, but I saw my brother play it. DBD is a asym game with 1 killer, and 4 survivors. The survivors have to complete generators to open the exit. And the killer has to kill all of the survivors. The killer has 2 ways of killing a survivor. Mori, which kills the survivor instantly by standing over a down survivor and holding the action button, that's what Google AI overview said, or picking up a down survivor and putting them on a hook. On the survivor's side, the player that is hooked has, from what I know, 3 chances to unhook themselves or let another survivor unhook them. The generators that the survivors have to complete take around 90 seconds. This of course can be sped up by more survivors doing 1 general. There's also much more to DBD, like lockers that the survivors can hide in, maps, perks, or characters, which there's 48 survivors and 41 killers. DBD also collabs with other games, movies, or serials, like FNAF, Stranger Things, or Halloween, the movies. Now DBD is, in my opinion, one of the most balanced asym games. That doesn't mean that it is balanced, it's just compared to the others. So that was it for DBD. Let's get on to the first ROBLOX asym game, being Forsaken. Is the one of the most popular ROBLOX asyms that needs no introduction. But I'll do it anyways. In Forsaken there is from 1 to 8 people playing as survivors. All of the survivors share an objective, doing the generators. The generators in Forsaken are a recreation of the Flow Free app, but I compare it to one of the minigames in how for some reason, probably just childhood. There are 3 types of survivors. Survivalists, their job is to do all the gens and survive. Sentinels, their job is to help defend the team, do gens and defend themselves. And supports, which help the team by healing, shielding, and other stuff, but they are the weakest of all. There are 12 survivors that all have different abilities. On the killer side, there are 7 killers that all have abilities. John Doe having spikes and footprints, Kulkin having a rush ability, Sykesar having a rush ability, Nosferatu having a rush ability, Nolly having a rush ability. However, Nolly also has an additional ability, called Schizophrenia, and please, I don't want to listen to this music, let me out. The round lasts 4 minutes. If the killer does his job, he adds 40 seconds to the timer, and gens reduce the timer. Now, after I explained everything, let's get into the bad part. Balancing. Forsaken's biggest enemy, same with Dren. In Forsaken, there is a character called Guest 666, which is really big, and you would think that he is the strongest character in the game, right? Well, he can be defeated by a table. Same with Nully, but with him it's not a table but a thick wall. Another problem is the usefulness. Dussaker's passive is the most useless thing in the game. You float, but you can still get damaged by a digital footprint. Imagine jumping over a mine and activating it. Now I will say something probably controversial. John Doe spikes. I should make a compilation of John Spike, as I call him, you know, floating spikes, or spikes that teleport to the other side of the map. There's probably more, but I don't want this video to be an hour long. Another thing that I forgot to mention are skins. My Forsaken net worth is like 200k, and I still couldn't buy 2 skins, the priciest skins, but still. Another thing is Nosferatu. You had to pay 3,500 suckers, and yes, they did add him to the shop, but 3,500 suckers is a little bit rude. Another thing is the newest event, the coolest Christmas, or the worst Christmas. This event adds nothing to the game, just skins that you have to grind hours for, so yeah. Let's get on to how I would fix it. How I would fix this. 1. Fire soul driven. 2. Listen to the community feedback, like fixing Sykesr and Nully, 5-star killer BTW. 3. Make abilities actually useful. That's it, make them useful. 4. Stop making skins that nobody uses. Really, have you ever seen anyone using, for example, Stay Boulderman? 5. Add pro servers. Drama. 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 A lot of drama. Like the reason that like 80% of the drama exist, I think. Soul Driven Love by Pwned. I won't be explaining much. Like I said, I don't want this video to be an hour long, and that I don't know much. But what I know is the Forsaken community. The reason why we lost Mafioso, Roches 313 JX1 DX1, Hello John Doe, Drive Nully, probably Flowers, and a lot more. I talk about them in the same message, because it's basically the same thing. By this I mean skins getting removed or cancelled. There is so much skins that are cancelled or removed that I will probably make a tier list or something of all of them, or at least most. There is no way on fixing the community. But there is one thing that could have been fixed, and should. Dude, this game was meant to be a joke, and now is one of the best asym games. Unlike Forsaken, Dude has only original characters. Dude has 5 killers, with all of them being original, besides Purser, and 11 Wait. Wrong game. Dude has 0 survivors, instead, there are cards to pick your abilities. Dude has gamma modes like 1 Bounce, Gunslinger, Evil and Scary. Okay, now let's get on to the problems. Maps. Every single map in Dude is trash. There is one loot spot in every map, the center, and every road leads to nowhere. That's in some maps. In other maps, like Teapot Paradise, it's the opposite. All roads lead to loop. Another thing. Getboxes, and I know that getboxes are mostly ROBLOX's fault, but damn, in Dude you can get through a wall. Another thing is balancing. Like I said, Dude is a joke game, but I lied a little. Dude started as a joke game, now is taken seriously. So let's continue. Balancing. Balancing in Dude is super broken. Basically every ability can get punished, unlike in, for example, Forsaken, where, when after using abilities killers have invincibility frames, or at least most abilities. In Dude it doesn't exist, to my knowledge. Another thing in balancing are gamma modes. If you get 0 stamina on Evil and Scary and he is chasing you, you can say goodbye, Gunslinger against Purser. So post-production you can't get stunned on Gunslinger. So yeah, I think that this will be changed. So let's get on to fixing. How I would fix this. 1. Fix the maps. 2. Balance out the game more. 3. Fix the hitboxes, if it's possible. On Pillarchase. I like this game. What I don't like is a lot. Like a lot. Really. First, how long it takes to be the killer. At the time of writing the script, I have 2.5 hours on playtime. I was the killer for 7 minutes. I may be bad at the game, but this is horrible. First, the killer is faster than you. Second, even if you have an item, like the Doom's Gauntlet, it's basically useless. I don't think that you can stun the killer in this game. Another thing, I don't know if it's the skill issue, probably is, but I literally spent half of the time playing this game in the lobby, and there are worse times, believe me. Also, why does every match have melodicus? It's like a rule that everyone has to follow. One thing that I can give to this game is its monster design. It's a thing perfect, one of the best killer designs in any asym. Another thing that I don't like is that Pwned is basically the mascot of their game. Or at least I think that. So, that's about it for this game. Did I forget something? I don't think. Wait. Oh yeah, the recode. I didn't play it. I will change that part when I will. How I would fix it? 1. This would probably be controversial, but add classes, or at least add or change items so they actually can stun the killer. 2. Didn't mention that, if killers could be stunned, they would have to have more stamina, balance. 3. Also didn't mention, change the maps, monsters look cool but the maps are app. 4. Another controversial thing, servers should be 2 times bigger. Do they can have 2 games, everyone could join the second one or another server, they should be like 1 to 2 minutes different do when one is starting. Get wound by 14 BTW. This part is, or at least is meant to be on the 14-minute part, so yeah. Pwned is, I think, a mix of ours own creations and classic Roblox. By classic Roblox I mean Nully, Best 666, and the Stalker, Args JX1DX1, Brandon, Jacob, Our Father, Dragon Dudes and Ihasafacilos, which isn't in the game but will be. And by own creations I mean prototype, only prototype, now the replacements for Jacob and Our Father. Really, I don't see an issue in Pwned. Oh yeah, Jacob exists. Or at least he did. I deleted this part of the video and most points that I had, because they were fixed, like Father and Jacob being overpowered, prototype being basically useless and the letterboard being too small that you couldn't see anything. Pwned doesn't have issues, maybe we could add hitboxes as one, but that's mostly Roblox's fault. Another thing is how unpopular this game is. Every time I go to play it, there is like 70 people playing, and most of them are sweats. But you can't fix that, I think, so that would do. What I would fix? 1. More marketing, like I don't know, tell YouTubers to talk about the game or something. 2. Release the updates please, I like this game, when I has a Facials or Ace of Spades please. 3. What happened on July 5th? What is the Nully burping? To put it simply, I rather go through 9 layers of hell than play this game. This is the most unbalanced, unfun thing that could be released. Nope, escape. First, what is this game trying to be? This game has a killer called the Legion Cool Kid and Jane Doe, so it's about the history of Roblox. If you think that, you are wrong. This game has a random ass killer from Limbus Company, which BTW. Why do so many games glaze Limbus? I didn't play it, but from the Forsaken skins, I don't think I want to, and if you think that it's a Limbus and Roblox history game, guess what? You are wrong again. There is a random soldier character, a priest and an old man. Who the hell invited them? It's like putting Scout from Team Fortress 2, Chance from Forsaken and the Leader on Worlds from Terraria into one game. basically damnation, the old version of Forsaken. Second, delete soldier from the game. I think we already know that giving characters an unreactable stun is a bad idea. Here, I was talking about Jacob, from the old script of this video. He can also parry. Not once. Not twice. 3 times. With 0-second cooldown, if he hits the block. But when he fails, he waits 7 seconds. 7. And of course he has a punch, another unreactable stun. I talked a lot about this game. How I would fix this? Just remake the entire game at this point. As simple as that. This game doesn't have anything good besides the music, but that's only good, however not absolute cinema like Forsaken or Duty. There is only mid, bad, trash, and whoever thought of this was 100% drunk. So that's it, just remake the entire game and give it an actual media that it is based on, and not random characters from random worlds. I am writing this while watching a video about something. But first, warning about death. So, apparently, I am not sure, but one person literally died because of epilepsy and the killer 1X that has a lot of flashing lights. It's a really tragic situation. You know what's worse? They mocked the person that died. His name is Kit. Nobody will get confused later. They even tried to blame that person for what? Oh yeah, that the devs didn't put epilepsy warning, and that the epilepsy mode does basically nothing. Let's compare it to Forsaken. There, the loading screen has a warning that the game has flashing lights which, if doomed by fate would do, one person would be still with us. They also tried blaming ROBLOX, that it has an epilepsy warning, which Kit didn't care about. But who the hell cares? I think it's the only time I will say that ROBLOX didn't do anything wrong. Weird thing to hear, it's your fault that you didn't say that. And it's all just allegedly, but still, even if nobody died, they didn't know that. If what I said is real. Update, it's basically confirmed that Kit didn't even exist, but it's still bad. Also, I wanted to put my speech about it here, but I added it for Soul because nobody died. It's still bad though. This game just came out, so I don't have a lot to talk about. But the game is low-key bad. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. But I have no idea what everything does. By that, I mean, the game doesn't tell you what anything does. Like, in the informations, it tells you things like, this ability places a bear trap, this ability summons a bug thing, this ability tases the killer. I don't know what the mimic does because nobody ever played it. It doesn't even show you how much everything costs, only skins. Actually it does, but in stats for some reason. Like, for 25 minutes I was trying to figure out what the taser does. Does it stun? Does it slow down the killer? How do you charge it? And I only know how to charge it from these 3 questions. And of course, hitboxes. This can be passed aside, as the game being in beta and ROBLOX. Yeah. How to fix this? 1. Show more info, like cooldown or player stats. 2. At least try to fix the hitboxes. 3. Fix the snake minigame, the inputs sometimes don't work. Why I wanted to add this, I didn't because the script was too long and basically useless. Was meant to have millimeters too, piggy. I could make a other video about this. There is a bunch of upcoming asyms. Like, Broken Souls, a Cuphead asym. I like Cuphead, and I feel like it will be basically 1/14, good but not popular enough. Now my favorite. Given me your best. Or MIG, it will probably sound weird in the text-to-speech. MIG isn't really an asym, I just wanted to include it. MIG will just have a gamma mode like this. And it was also included in the charity live stream, so it counts. It will have characters only from orgs like geometry, flowers or ace of spades. This is my inspiration for my own game BTW. If you couldn't guess, I could mention my game but it would be self-glazing, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, Blockbound, crazy right? Minecraft. It's cool, it's made by the same guy that made Administrator Nolly from Forsaken. I don't have much to add, besides. Add Circuit and the Broken End from the Broken script please, I beg you. Another game that I didn't hear anyone talk about, Project Inkwell, a bendy asym. It's still on early development, but it's cool, check it out. And it kinda proves my theory that every game will or has an asym, except TF2, but not for long. I have that idea and nobody will take it from me. Hot, 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 hot. And there's probably much more but I won't list every single one because there is just a lot. Outcome Memories is super broken and it's cancelled. I don't want to talk about this because the only times I played it were the worst times that I have ever played a video game. Don't make me do it again for the video. Biased or break on and Steam things. I never played it, and I didn't want to force myself to. I know that the game exists, but I don't want to waste time on it. Now, I actually wanted to talk about this game, Eternity it's called. But it's down for some time so I can't. Maybe for good because I didn't enjoy it at all. First, the king is super survivor-sided. I remember that when geometry still existed, I was walking around the map for 1.5 minutes looking for Didi, because it was a special LMS because the map sucked, and there is only one, and it has like 5 floors, and you don't get an aura reveal. And same was for literally every game, after I could have and the killer wouldn't know I am there. Second, why did they remove geometry and the others? I think it was because of copyright or whatever, but all that can't be a coincidence. Also Doombringer was overpowered, and some more things. I wanted to include You vs. Homer because it was popular at the start of making the script for the video but nobody plays it. It's a ripoff and it's boring as hell. So it's the end. If you like the format of this video, the avatar, subtitles and gameplay, then spread the video to your friends and family to let me grow. And also, if you like something different than gameplay, and if you learn something, a new game or whatever, then leave a like and comment. So goodbye for now, and see y'all in the next video.